Have you ever looked back at a difficult financial year and quietly said to yourself, "If only I had prepared sooner"? Most people do not regret what they could not predict. They regret what they sensed but ignored. Sometimes the signs are subtle. Markets begin to move faster. Conversations around money grow louder. Opportunities seem tempting, almost urgent. And yet something inside whispers, "Slow down, think ahead." I remember speaking with an older gentleman who once dismissed early warnings before a volatile year. He told me, "I thought I had time. I believed things would stay steady." Instead, expenses arrived unexpectedly, investments shifted sharply, and he found himself reacting rather than preparing. A few years later, during another strong cycle, he made a different choice. He reviewed his savings early, reduced unnecessary debt, and adjusted his portfolio calmly. That year felt very different, not because the energy was softer, but because he was ready. The year 2026 carries powerful fire horse energy. Fire does not move quietly, it accelerates. It amplifies both opportunity and risk. The horse does not walk slowly, it runs. When fire and horse combine, financial markets, personal wealth cycles, and emotional decision-making all move faster. This does not mean disaster, it means momentum. And momentum rewards the prepared. Preparation is not fear, it is wisdom. When you know a storm season is approaching, you secure the roof before the rain begins. When you sense economic acceleration ahead, you strengthen your foundation before volatility peaks. For some zodiac signs, 2026 may bring expansion and growth. For others, it may bring unexpected expenses or the need for caution. But for everyone, one truth remains. What you prepare now determines how comfortably you walk through the year. Tonight, we will explore the financial patterns forming for 2026. We will gently examine which zodiac signs may experience opportunity, which may face pressure, and most importantly, what you can begin doing now to ensure stability. This is not about gambling or chasing trends. It is about awareness. It is about aligning with timing rather than reacting emotionally when energy intensifies. The Fire Horse year will not surprise those who are watching carefully. It will challenge those who ignore preparation. And as we move forward, keep this simple thought in mind. Prosperity rarely belongs to the fastest runner. It belongs to the one who anticipated the path ahead. Let us begin by understanding the financial climate that is already forming for 2026 and what it means for each of us. To prepare wisely, we must first understand the nature of the year itself. The energetic climate of 2026 is shaped by the fire horse. Fire is bright, expressive, and fast-moving. It brings visibility, bold ideas, rapid innovation, and sometimes sudden shifts. In financial terms, fire can represent booming industries, rising markets, and heightened enthusiasm. But it also represents volatility. Just as a flame can warm or burn, financial momentum in a fire year can build quickly and reverse just as fast. The horse adds its own personality to this climate. The horse symbolizes independence, courage, and forward motion. It dislikes restriction and thrives on action. When fire and horse combine, acceleration becomes the theme. People may feel restless in stable positions. Entrepreneurs may launch new ventures. Investors may feel tempted to chase rapid gains. Emotional reactions, both optimistic and fearful, become stronger. Historically, fire-dominant years are often associated with innovation and dramatic economic shifts. Technology, media, communication, and travel-related industries may experience bursts of activity. At the same time, market swings can feel sharper. Emotional investing becomes common. Decisions made in excitement may overlook long-term consequences. In Chinese metaphysics, wealth is not a fixed quantity, but an interaction of elements. Each zodiac sign carries elemental tendencies. When the yearly element supports your natural structure, financial growth can feel smoother. When it challenges your structure, effort increases and caution becomes necessary. This is why some signs may thrive in 2026, while others must protect. It is also important not to overreact. Fire exaggerates everything. It magnifies opportunity and magnifies fear. Balanced thinking becomes more valuable than bold action alone. Seniors and retirees especially should remember that preservation is just as important as growth. A fire year tempts people to move quickly, but wisdom often lies in pausing. Understanding this climate allows us to step back emotionally. Rather than reacting to headlines or social pressure, we observe patterns calmly. Preparation means reviewing savings before markets become volatile. It means adjusting investments before momentum peaks. It means reducing unnecessary exposure before emotion dominates decision-making. Now that we understand the accelerated climate forming in 2026, we can begin examining which zodiac signs may find themselves naturally aligned with this fiery momentum, and which must approach it with thoughtful restraint. When we look at the zodiac signs most likely to experience financial growth in 2026, we see clear patterns of harmony with the firehorse energy. These signs are not guaranteed wealth, but their natural elements resonate more smoothly with the year's acceleration. The tiger stands at the forefront. The tiger carries wood energy, and in the five-element cycle, wood feeds fire. When fire is strong, it draws strength from wood. This creates an environment where the tiger may feel energized rather than overwhelmed. Career breakthroughs may appear. Leadership roles may expand. Entrepreneurs born under the tiger sign may find increased visibility for their ideas. I once worked with a tiger-born professional who had spent years building a network quietly. During a fast-moving cycle, those connections suddenly became valuable. The key for the tiger in 2026 is strategy. Expansion should be planned, not impulsive. Growth is possible, but discipline transforms potential into lasting prosperity. The dog also benefits from the firehorse year. In the zodiac relationships, horse and dog form part of a supportive alliance that stabilizes movement. For dog-born individuals, wealth may not arrive in dramatic waves, but steady asset appreciation is likely. Real estate holdings, retirement portfolios, and long-term investments may strengthen. The dog's natural loyalty and consistency align well with the year's energy. Rather than chasing rapid trends, the dog benefits by maintaining steady positions and allowing momentum to work gradually in their favor. The goat finds opportunity through creativity and emotional intelligence. Fire illuminates hidden talent, and the goat often possesses quiet gifts that may become more visible in 2026. Consulting, coaching, artistic ventures, and healing professions may generate income more easily. The goat's challenge is self-doubt. When confidence replaces hesitation, financial doors open. The firehorse year rewards those willing to step gently into visibility. The horse itself experiences amplified energy. When your zodiac year returns, intensity increases. For horse-born individuals, 2026 can bring significant opportunity. Career momentum may accelerate. New ventures may present themselves. However, volatility also increases. The horse must guard against overextension. Structured planning and financial discipline are essential. When guided wisely, the horse can experience strong advancement without burnout. These four signs, tiger, dog, goat, and horse, may feel financial momentum more naturally in 2026. Yet even for them, preparation remains essential. Growth without structure can quickly reverse. Now let us examine the signs that carry mixed signals, where success depends more heavily on careful strategy than natural alignment. Not every zodiac sign will feel fully supported by the fire horse momentum, yet several carry mixed financial signals that can still lead to prosperity when approached carefully. For these signs, success in 2026 depends less on natural harmony and more on thoughtful adjustment. The ox represents steady earth energy. In the elemental cycle, fire produces earth, which means the intense fire of the year can gradually strengthen the ox over time. However, this strengthening is not dramatic. It is slow and steady. For the ox, 2026 is an excellent year for consolidation. Paying down debt, restructuring investments, and reinforcing savings will create long-term benefit. I once advised an ox-born client during a fast cycle who resisted the urge to expand aggressively. Instead, he reduced liabilities and strengthened his foundation. When volatility arrived later, he stood firm while others scrambled. The ox thrives when patience guides action. The monkey, intelligent and adaptable, often performs well in dynamic environments. Fire stimulates innovation, and the monkey may find opportunity in technology, communication, or emerging trends. Yet impulsiveness is the risk. Excitement can lead to speculative investments. The monkey must pair creativity with discipline. When ideas are carefully evaluated and diversified, growth becomes sustainable. When decisions are rushed, instability follows. The rooster, aligned with metal, experiences refinement in a fire year. Fire melts metal, but melting reshapes rather than destroys. Career transitions, increased responsibility, or new public recognition may bring income opportunities. However, pride may create resistance to change. The rooster benefits from adaptability. Embracing refinement rather than resisting pressure allows financial progress. The dragon carries ambition and bold vision. The firehorse year may inspire large expansion plans. Yet expansion without evaluation becomes risk. Partnerships require careful examination. Contracts must be reviewed thoroughly. The dragon's strength lies in courage, but 2026 demands patience alongside ambition. When balance is maintained, moderate progress is possible. For these signs, preparation matters deeply. Wealth activation in 2026 is not about racing ahead, but about positioning carefully. With strategy and restraint, they can navigate the fiery currents successfully. Next, we must gently examine the signs that should focus primarily on protection rather than expansion. There are also zodiac signs that should focus more on protection than expansion in 2026. This does not mean failure is destined. It simply means that caution will serve them better than boldness during this fiery cycle. The rat stands directly opposite the horse in the zodiac wheel, creating what is traditionally known as a clash. Clash years often bring unexpected events. For rat-born individuals, this may show up as sudden expenses, financial disruptions, or obligations that were not anticipated. It could be home repairs, medical costs, or changes in employment conditions. The purpose of a clash is not to punish, but to reveal weak points. Building a strong emergency fund, reviewing insurance policies, and avoiding high-risk investments will provide stability. When protection comes first, stress decreases. The pig, associated with water energy, experiences tension in a fire-dominant year. Fire can cause water to evaporate if not contained. Emotionally, the pig may feel pressure from family or friends requesting financial help. Generosity is admirable, but boundaries are essential. Emotional spending or lending casually may create strain. Preservation of capital and careful budgeting will protect long-term security. The snake carries fire within its own nature, and in a year filled with additional fire, overload becomes possible. Burnout, impatience, or emotional decision-making can affect income. The snake should slow down before committing to major financial moves. Rest and reflection protect judgment. When energy is balanced, stability returns. For these signs, protection now builds prosperity later. Avoid unnecessary risk. Strengthen savings. Review contracts carefully. The Firehorse year may feel intense, but steady preparation reduces anxiety. Now let us discuss the practical steps everyone should begin taking immediately to prepare for 2026. No matter which zodiac sign you belong to, preparation begins now. The Firehorse year rewards those who act before urgency appears. Financial preparation is the first step. Review your savings carefully. Ask yourself whether your emergency fund can support several months of unexpected expenses. If not, begin strengthening it gradually. Reduce unnecessary debt where possible. Fire years can amplify market swings, so diversifying investments rather than concentrating risk becomes wise protection. Next, examine your environment. In Feng Shui, the south sector of the home carries fire energy. During 2026, this area may feel especially active. Keep it clean, bright, and organized. Avoid overwhelming the space with excessive red decor if you are emotionally reactive. Balance fire with grounding. Earth tones such as soft browns or muted gold. Declutter areas where you manage finances. Order in your physical space encourages clarity in financial decisions. Behavioral preparation is equally important. Avoid making sudden retirement decisions under emotional pressure. Do not chase trends simply because others appear to be profiting. Fire intensifies enthusiasm and fear. Write down your financial goals for 2026 now, while thinking calmly. A written intention becomes a stabilizing anchor when markets fluctuate later. Health also plays a role in financial stability. Fire energy affects the heart and stress levels. Protecting your well-being protects your judgment. Gentle exercise, sufficient rest, and gratitude practices help maintain emotional balance. When the mind is calm, financial decisions improve. Preparation does not require dramatic action. It requires steady awareness. Small adjustments made early often prevent larger corrections later. And finally, let us close by remembering that prosperity in 2026 will belong not to the fastest, but to the most prepared. As we come to the end of this discussion, I want you to take a slow breath and reflect on one simple truth. Prosperity favors the prepared. The Firehorse year of 2026 will move quickly. News cycles may feel louder. Markets may feel more reactive. Opportunities may seem urgent. But urgency is not the same as wisdom. I once knew two individuals entering a dynamic year very much like the one ahead. One waited until volatility appeared before adjusting his finances. He reacted to headlines, shifted investments impulsively, and found himself constantly trying to recover lost ground. The other reviewed her plans months in advance. She reduced unnecessary debt, clarified her goals, and made small, steady adjustments. When the year accelerated, she remained calm. The difference was not intelligence, it was timing. Your zodiac sign offers insight into how you may experience 2026, but your preparation determines your comfort. Some signs will feel expansion more naturally. Others will need to protect carefully. But every sign benefits from foresight. Preparation removes fear. It replaces reaction with confidence. Do not wait for urgency to begin organizing your finances. Do not wait for volatility to review your savings. The fire horse will run regardless. The question is whether you will feel carried forward or pushed off balance. As you step toward 2026, may you do so calmly and intentionally. May your financial plans reflect stability rather than excitement. May your decisions come from clarity rather than pressure. And may you enter the year prepared, grounded, and confident, knowing that awareness today creates comfort tomorrow.